Hi guys, this is Devendra Prasad from E2E Infodel Analysis Private Limited. This is just an extension of our initiative to give an end user a perspective about an Indian ICT sector. That ICT means Information Communication and Telecom domain, and we are basically running a blog site called technology-strategy.blogspot.com, but we decided to also communicate through the video communication, because in that scenario you don't need to go through the tens of pages, but you can get an information while moving and get a better preview about it. So in that series today I'm going to talk about the recent Samsung collaboration with Reliance Jio in order to offer the Reliance Jio SIM for an unlimited data, video, HD quality, as well as the SMS for the unlimited 3 months users under a preview offer. Unfortunately, the scenario is a bit different in India. What Reliance and Samsung both missed to identify. The process of acquiring the SIM card is bit cumbersome compared to what the Indian users are used to. More importantly, I would like to highlight that Samsung is gonna to give a launcher on their device with a name of My Jio app, and then a user can download that app. My first query to Samsung is that, are you selling Reliance Jio SIM, or are you selling your device to the end consumer? If I'm a user of an Airtel or a Vodafone, I don't like to see any of the promotions on my devices, because I'm paying for the hardware and the software to Samsung, not for the promotional activity related to the SIM card. Even though you are doing it, there are many impacts about it, and I believe that both Samsung and Reliance missed to identify that. It's always good to offer certain services to the end consumer, but it should be the end consumer prerogative to choose those services, and that you can do it through your web portal or the Samsung portal. Even in the Samsung Hub or My Galaxy, you can put that application, but the scenario is a bit different, as reported in all the leading newspaper. So in India, there are 90 million to 100 million users who understand English. At the same time, if you go to any of the retail shops, the POS level on the POS level, the sellers are not that educated in order to guide an end user. What the process is that one need to download the My Jio, then go for get Jio services. You go for a selection of your identification and an address proof, and the bottleneck, or I can call it a showstopper of this whole process, is that the end user needs to go to the Reliance digital store in order to submit those information. First of all, if Reliance Jio really would like to target these user base, then they need to give 10 to 15 different location options or the retail chains, so that the user can go over there. I stay in a locality where Reliance digital stores are not there, and I have a Samsung phone, and I want to go there. I want to opt for that SIM card. What is the process? Where do I go? How I get verification process done? Even though if I have a Reliance store, I go over there, I submit my information. The end user and once end user gives an option to the POS level guy, what are the identification they would like to avail. Then also, post doing that, end user needs to do the tele verification, and once they do the tele verification, they again need to go to the Reliance Jio, go for a preview offer. Do you know, based on the survey what my organization did in India, with more than a 1 million Indian user base, around 85%, 80 to 85% of the user do not understand the ecosystem of a smartphone. They do not even understand that if they are buying a device of a 3 GB RAM, they are actually not getting that 3 GB, right? Because they do not understand that mobile device manufacturers, if they have integrated 12 to 15 application, they are consuming the RAM for which end user is paying for. What is the basis? What is the basis of integrating those applications without the consent of the end user? If you go and read the National Consumer Preference Registry defined by the Department of Telecommunication, these things are very common and the common rights of the end consumer, but we don't believe in that, we don't follow it, we don't consider it. So in my point of view, it will be a negative impact on a Samsung device, because in that case the incumbent mobile operator who is actually offering the free data or bundling their data in order to acquire the data user base will stay at the sideline. And more importantly and interestingly, the Reliance Jio should understand that India follows MNP, mobile number portability, where a user can switch from one operator to another operator after a lock-in period. Even though I go for an unlimited plan, I use it for 3 months, and if my lock-in period is 6 months, I went for the basic plan of 99 rupees, and then I shifted to the incumbent mobile operator. So in that scenario, I wish all the best to both Samsung and Reliance Jio, and I can assure them that if they will not opt for the additional points where the end user is gonna to submit their papers, this initiative will not fly. Even though they follow this initiative, then also they will not get the user base based on the business case they have developed in their AC rooms, rather than because they need to understand that the Indian users who is actually using a smartphone are between 5,000 to 8,000 rupees. If you are talking about a prosumer category where we fall in, we exactly know what operator to opt for, what devices to opt for, and we have the mechanism to acquire the SIM card on our wish. So there is a bottleneck in this whole process, and that bottleneck is a Reliance Digital Store. And at the same time, the negative aspect of it is that you are trying to buy out the user. And the positive part of it is that if a user goes for it, then Samsung is gonna to get paid. I believe so. I am not sure about it, but basis the business environment in this segment, they will get paid by the Reliance, and they are not sharing that with the end consumer. Is Samsung is gonna to subsidize the devices if anybody is gonna to opt for the Reliance Jio SIM? I don't think so. So look into it, and my recommendation to the end consumer is that it should be your decision, it should be your prerogative to select a SIM card, rather than it should be enforced onto you through a device where you keep on getting a notification. And I believe that they will send that, or their sales team is going to push for it. But You need to understand that you are paying for the hardware and the software which is mentioned on the device box. You are not paying for the others. So you should not be a channel of revenue generation. It should be the other way around. Samsung should be in a channel for you to save money, and they are projecting like that by giving you an option to go for an unlimited one. So if you are an opportunistic end user, go for it, and you will be getting all the Reliance application. You can fill the services, and rest assured that if you don't like it, you have an option to go for an MNP and get rid of the services. Thank you.